I'm not sure how I feel about this, guys. I have an 11-year-old boy. He's going to be 12 at the end of August. And would I want him driving this car in 3.5 years' time? I honestly would prefer if he was driving my Xpeng G6 than this. I think my Xpeng would be safer. But this is legal for 15-year-olds to drive in more than 25 different countries. 15 years old. This little thing. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. I've just had a bit of a small hospital procedure done today, so the anesthetic I've been under, it's wearing off. I apologize if I slur my words a little bit, but anyway, trying to get back to work, right? Trying to do what I should be doing, provide for the family. Opel has introduced a mildly updated version of their ROX heavy quadricycle. To be honest, it's just like a micro car. And it can be bought in Europe. It can be driven by, apparently, most of Europe. You can drive this at 15 years old. The Opel ROX, formerly known as the ROX E and later as the ROX Electric, was introduced in 2021. Now, Opel are a German brand, and we often forget they exist, to be honest, but they've been owned by a few different companies over the past 20, 30 years. This is basically the Opel version of the Citroën Ami and the Fiat Topolino. They're all the same car. They're all basically Stellantis, right? It's a rival to Renault's Mobilize Duo. So, yeah, I mean, kind of cool for being in a very dense city, obviously not legal on a highway. As with all heavy quadricycles, it can be driven by teenagers as young as 15 years old in a number of countries across Europe. While the Citroën Ami was subjected to a comprehensive retro-inspired facelift for 2025, the ROX looks pretty much the same. I personally can't say I love the look of it, but I mean, well, you know, this is built to serve a purpose, right? So what actually does it have? Can it go very far? It's got a smartphone holder, not charger, but a holder, and a dedicated application substitutes the need for an infotainment display, meaning the idea is you use your phone as your infotainment display. Now, I don't know if I'd want my 15-year-old kid driving with his phone being used as his infotainment display. That could be disastrous because then he could just be watching YouTube while he's driving along, which is probably what he's likely to do, considering how much he loves YouTube. Anyway, you do get a USB port, a panoramic roof, pretty cool, manual pull-up side windows, and clever storage solutions. No air conditioning though. Air conditioning is just pull up the manual roof. In terms of the actual power, the battery, not a whole lot of power, to be honest. I think this would struggle to get up a hill. It's got 8 horsepower, which is exactly 6 kilowatt. Maybe just one person would be the right way to go about it if you're going to be driving this. And it's got a 5.5 kilowatt hour battery, which they say will give it a driving range of 75 kilometers or 47 miles. Top speed is 45 kilometers an hour, which is 28 miles per hour. So top speed's reasonable. I mean, you know, it's not too bad. But the other thing is, how many streets, right, would you want to drive a 45 kilometer an hour EV? Here's the thing. In China, you can get EVs that are twice this size, much safer, have nearly 10 times the range. No, not really. Nearly about 5 times the range. And they have a lot more power. They can go 100 kilometers an hour, and they're cheaper than this. So it's not particularly good value, in my opinion. But I guess for Europe, it's not bad. The key question here is, can you really do 75 kilometers or 47 miles of range on a battery that's only 5.5 kilowatt hours? As in, it's a tiny battery. I don't think you could go that far. Maybe you could if you were like a stick figure teenager. My boy, he's far from a stick figure, so I don't think he'd get this kind of range even at 11 years old. But anyway, the price. Well, the price seems to be a bit over $10,000 depending on which country you're located in Europe. So yeah, around $10,000. Is this a good deal? I mean, you can get 2 of these Wuling Hongwan Mini EVs in China, which are definitely much better than this. You get 2 of them for the price of one of these. So no, it's not a great deal. But I mean, it's still a kind of a cool, funky little car. And it could serve a need of having a second car around. I just think having a top speed of 45 kilometers an hour, considering, you know, most roads, right, have a top speed of 50 or 60 kilometers an hour, I think it'd probably piss a lot of people off. They'd be stuck behind you, and that could be a bit dangerous. So I'm not personally a huge fan of this. But what do you guys think? Could this work? Is it logical? Does it make sense? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Do you remember when General Motors used to own the Opel car brand and then they sold it? Well, now, within the last day, Opel have revealed one of my favorite electric cars of 2022. It's one of the first electric wagons or estates or Avants that the world has seen, which is fully electric. And frankly, I love it. In fact, I think the hatchback version is better than the Volkswagen ID3. And there's a pretty clear reason why. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back everyone else. Isn't it great to see new electric cars come to market, especially ones that are relatively affordable? These are. Now, I'm going to quickly point this out because you need to know this. There's one thing I really dislike about the Astra, this new electric car from Opel. It's got a transmission tunnel. I mean, that is a pet peeve for me. What that means is the car has been built on a gasoline-powered platform. It has. And they couldn't be bothered to remove that transmission tunnel, which is just a complete waste of space. There's nothing inside it because the car doesn't have a transmission. It's an electric car. It's one of the great things about electric cars. You know how much it costs to replace transmission fluid in a gasoline-powered car? I just had to have it done in a car that I'm selling now in order to receive my new EV. And it's ridiculous. It's so expensive. I'm more than happy to see that go. Opel and Vauxhall revealed their first fully electric compact hatchback and estate in the form of the new Astra Electric and Astra Sports Tourer Electric. These models look nearly identical to the internal combustion engine powered Astra range, because they are, but they adopt a fully electric powertrain, just like the mechanically related Peugeot E308. Now, that is the one big Achilles heel of this car. Stellantis, who own this company now, have taken a shortcut by using a gasoline-powered platform to build the car. So it's not a ground-up built EV like the ID3 is, which that's one disadvantage it has over that vehicle. Starting with the underpinnings, the EVs are fitted with a single front-mounted electric motor producing 154 horsepower, which is 115 kilowatt, and 270 newton meters, which is 200 pound-feet of torque. While the power figure is identical to the Peugeot E308 and the E308 SW, the torque is increased by 10 newton meters. Now, my first thoughts on seeing this is, damn, this looks really good. You've got to say, okay, one big benefit of this over, say, the ID3 or the ID4, I mean, the wagon version is a direct competitor for the ID4, is that it looks much better.